Any English learner can point out the most obvious thing about British and American, their words and accent. We're no strangers to British biscuits and American cookies, and how British wear pants on the inside. Not only that, there seems to be a never-ending disagreement between the two about what football truly is. Said discord may appear silly and insignificant. I mean, who cares about sport? Wrong. One of many values shared among the British that seem to be less influential to the American is the British love for the king sport, football, or soccer. This will be the first thing I'm going to mention today in a series of four aspects that vary the people in the US and the UK. According to Britannica, a UK encyclopedia, modern football originated in Britain in the 19th century, and British people love football. A game in which two 11-player teams try to maneuver the ball to the opponent's goal without using their hands and arms. American favorite sport is also football. However, American football, or just football, allows both kicking and throwing or passing the ball by hands. It also requires more safety equipment. People in the States just enjoy a more physical and aggressive sport, I suppose. Their aggression isn't limited to their liking of football. Most people would say Americans are incredibly candid. They're known to be extremely honest or even brutally straightforward when they want to get their points across, even when they don't need to. That relentless sincerity doesn't shine through in the British, however. They appear more reserved and quieter. Originally, I cannot speak of every single person in the country, but every British person that I have personally encountered tends to keep a stiff upper lip in a lot of situations. Their calmness can be both pleasing and intimidating at times. The next thing I want to talk about is the difference in the way American and British show their patriotism and view on their political culture. American can be overly patriotic, and they take pride in boasting about it. Many US houses would appear with US flags. American citizens cannot wait to tell everyone they're from the States. Simultaneously, the same people can political resent and openly disparage their officials, claiming they're not doing a good job at running the country. There is always drama. Not only the president can escape critics and scandals. The Atlantic Press stated, and I quote, "The breadth of Trump's controversies is truly huge, huge, ranging from allegations of mafia ties to unscrupulous business dealing, and from racial discrimination to alleged marital rape." When writing about the former president of the US, Donald J. Trump, from a personal point of view, sometimes I find it hard to comprehend this reality. On the other hand, British people adore their queen. Some people may argue that this is because the queen has no actual political power and she is more of an iconic figure, in other words, a celebrity that is very wealthy and charitable than a ruler. This may not be factually accurate, as she still has legal power over some governing factors, such as dismissing a prime minister under prerogative, declaring war or peace, or a less circumstantially bounded action granting a royal pardon to a convicted criminal. Regardless, it does not mean the Queen possesses the supreme power over the country. Nonetheless, it is still very remarkable that the people in one country would be collectively fond of someone who is closely associated with the government so much. Last but not least, I would like to mention a very interesting factor regarding religious impact between the two people. It's rather unpredictable that the US, the most powerful developed country in the world, is also populously religious. For years, the United States had been the cause demonstration that economic modernization doesn't imply secular secularization, whereas British society is one of the most secularized in the world. In a survey conducted by the British Social Attitudes in 2018, more than half of the UK population said they don't belong to any religious group. Summary: the two Western societies The US and the UK are vastly different regarding leisure interests, social perspective, political standpoint, and religious devotion. Fortunately, the mentioned distinctions do not result in disastrous conflict, but contribute fascinating features to global diversities.